Picture this: Old Trafford, a club once synonymous with glory, now haunted by its worst season in Premier League history. Manchester United, the Giants, finishing 15th. The roar of its fans turned into anxious murmurs. And now, facing a crossroads, the Red Devils are ready to place their fate in the hands of a man you may not know, Bryan Mbeumo, a 25-year-old dynamo from Brentford. What if one transfer could turn the tide for a fallen giant, or plunge it even deeper into chaos? In the next few minutes, we'll uncover why Manchester United is betting big on Mbeumo, what's at stake for Brentford, and how this saga goes beyond just football. It's a masterclass in the economics and strategy behind the modern game. But before diving into this high-stakes drama, let's understand exactly how Manchester United and Brentford have arrived at this point. Over the last decade, the football transfer market has evolved into a cauldron of analytics, high-stakes negotiation, and relentless financial pressure. Clubs are no longer just teams, they're global brands, hedge fund-like operators, and data laboratories. At the heart of every dramatic transfer lies a tangled web of money, math, and the search for competitive edge. Let's start with Bryan Mbeumo himself. 5 years ago, he was an underrated winger at Troyes in France's Ligue 2. Today, he's one of the Premier League's most effective forwards, recording 20 goals and 7 assists for Brentford in the 2024-25 season. Numbers exceeded only by the likes of Erling Haaland, Alexander Isak, and Mohamed Salah. Not bad company to keep, right? But Mbeumo's journey is actually rooted in Brentford's unique approach, a relentless hunt for undervalued talent. Unlike the Giants, who chase superstars, Brentford scouts the fringes of League One, crunches data, and bets on potential others can't see. Their recruitment isn't about headlines, it's about hidden gems. Over the past 3 years, Brentford's player sales revenue has soared past £200 million, with Mbeumo their latest masterpiece. According to Lee Dykes, Brentford's sporting director, "Our recruitment strategy is designed to fill any potential gap. We're ready for any scenario." Now let's zoom in on the numbers. In the 2023-24 campaign, Mbeumo created 62 Premier League chances. His expected goals, XG, the nerdy stat every modern club obsesses over, ran 0.45 per 90 minutes last season. That puts him among the deadliest attackers in the league. And beyond stats, his work ethic is legendary. "He's first in, last out," recalls former teammate Tariq Fosu. "He never stops." But here's the twist. Brentford built safety nets to maintain leverage. Mbeumo's contract includes a Champions League-only release clause of £70 million, plus a 15% sell-on clause. It's chess, not checkers. The club ensures they reap rewards if a giant comes calling. The man orchestrating these moves? Pini Zahavi, Mbeumo's agent, one of the most connected men in European football. Meanwhile, Manchester United's world has been turned upside down. Once a fortress, Old Trafford is riven with doubt. The 2024-25 season ended in humiliation. 15th place, just 42 points, and Europa League heartbreak against Tottenham in May. Manager Ruben Amorim faces mounting pressure, fans are restless, and last year's top performer, Bruno Fernandes, is being courted by Saudi Arabia's Al Hilal, with rumors of a $100 million offer. Here comes the dilemma. Can United replace an icon like Fernandes, who recorded 19 goals and 18 assists last season, with the combined force of new signings? The club has already secured Matthias Cunha from Wolves, who tallied 15 goals and 6 assists despite his team's relegation battle. Now, with Mbeumo expressing a clear preference for United over suitors like Newcastle, the Red Devils are lining up a new-look attack for next season. But is it enough? Jamie Carragher of Sky Sports believes that Mbeumo offers the dynamism United desperately need. Yet Gary Neville, also of Sky, isn't convinced. The defense must be addressed before splashing on forwards, otherwise it's papering over the cracks. 2 legends, 2 visions, and a fan base torn between hope and skepticism. To grasp the full story, let's explore how football's transfer market became such a high-stakes business, far beyond just choosing the fastest or flashiest player. In recent years, the influx of petrodollars, billionaire investors, and global fan bases has turned the Premier League into the ultimate financial arms race. Every club wants to become the next data-driven revelation, like Brentford, or reclaim past glory, like United. But the margin for error is razor-thin. A single failed transfer can set a club back years, and a single stroke of genius can launch a dynasty. Take Brentford's formula. They study undervalued players in France's second tier, run deep data analysis, and structure contracts to maximize future windfalls. Liverpool scouted Mbeumo as early as 2018, but Brentford moved faster, smarter. The result? They now have the upper hand in negotiating with giants. Thomas Frank, Brentford's manager, is pragmatic. Every player has his price. But for Brentford, it's about more than money. The club's rise has been powered by a culture of smart risk-taking, resilience, and an uncanny ability to spot what others can't. Mbeumo isn't just a player, he's the embodiment of their system. David Ornstein of The Athletic explains, Mbeumo's versatility makes him attractive to several top clubs. He can play across the front line, adapt to different tactics, and press relentlessly. Meanwhile, Manchester United are trying to reinvent their own recruitment. The old days of gut-feel scouting are over. Now, they employ entire analytics teams, hoping to replicate the Brentford model at scale. The problem? Old habits die hard. While United's data team crunched Mbeumo's stats, their boardroom battled over whether to spend big on defense instead. The club is at war with itself. Tradition versus transformation, ego versus evidence. There's also a psychological battle raging. If Fernandes leaves, Manchester United lose not just a playmaker, but their emotional leader, the aura of the captain, the engine of every United attack. Can two newcomers, no matter how talented, truly fill that void? Yet the numbers don't lie. Mbeumo's 20 goals nearly dethroned City's and Arsenal's aces, and his 7 assists highlight a creative spark that United sorely need. Kuna, too, has thrived in difficult circumstances. If both adapt quickly, United's attack could ignite. But if they falter, the pressure cooker will explode, with fans, media, and owners demanding answers. If you're wondering why Brentford would cash in on their prized asset, remember, their business model is designed for exactly this moment. Sell high, reinvest smarter. Mark Lawrenson of BBC Sport argues, if Mbeumo adapts to United's pressure, he could be a game changer. But adaptation is no guarantee, especially under the weight of Old Trafford's expectations. That's not the only risk. If a European giant swoops in late, think Bayern, PSG, or even Liverpool, a bidding war could explode, upending everyone's plans. And there's an intriguing financial subplot. With Brentford holding a 15% sell-on clause, every extra pound on the transfer fee ripples through future deals. It's high finance, wrapped in football scarves. The coming transfer window isn't just about which club Mbeumo chooses. It's a showdown between two philosophies. Brentford's data-driven discipline versus United's expensive quest for redemption. Is it wisdom or desperation driving the Red Devils' moves? And what about Newcastle United, who were in the race for Mbeumo but seem poised to miss out? If Mbeumo ignites at Old Trafford, will it be remembered as a turning point for the Magpies, or another costly near miss? As the negotiations reach fever pitch, one question looms, a question that could define the next decade for both clubs. Can Bryan Mbeumo, a player shaped by analytics and underdog tenacity, carry the hopes of a fallen giant? Or is Manchester United about to repeat their most expensive mistakes, again? The answer waits on the other side of a summer that will shake European football. Let's fast forward. The world is watching, breath held, as Manchester United open negotiations for Bryan Mbeumo, a player who, just a few years ago, was a diamond in the rough plucked from League One by Brentford's sharp-eyed scouts. Now, he stands on the threshold of becoming United's new hope. But with high hopes come even higher risks. Picture the headlines on transfer deadline day. Manchester United unveil Bryan Mbeumo as their marquee signing. Fans erupt online. Some recall Mbeumo's explosive pace and uncanny knack for finding space. Others worry, can any player, even one who outscored everyone except Haaland, Isak, and Salah, truly fill Bruno Fernandes' boots? The consequences of this transfer ripple far beyond Old Trafford. For United, this is not just about replacing a star. It's about restoring pride, reigniting ambition, and silencing critics who have watched years of mismanagement leave this once mighty club in mid-table mediocrity. Gary Neville puts it bluntly, if United get their recruitment wrong this summer, they'll stay stuck in the past. But what if it goes wrong? What if Mbeumo, so brilliant at Brentford, wilts under the glare of Old Trafford's floodlights? We've seen it before. Players who dazzle at smaller clubs, then stumble in the deafening expectation of Manchester United. The ghosts of Memphis Depay, Angel Di Maria, and Alexis Sanchez linger in the minds of supporters and pundits alike. The pressure is immense. Mbeumo will be expected to do more than score goals. He must lead attacks, create chances, and provide the kind of inspiration that United have sorely lacked. In the 2023-24 season, Mbeumo created 62 chances for Brentford. At United, the margin for error is far slimmer. Every missed opportunity is magnified, every bad touch dissected on social media. Meanwhile, at Brentford, another story unfolds. Thomas Frank, ever the pragmatist, insists every player has their price. But selling Mbeumo is not just a windfall, it's a tactical earthquake. Brentford have built their rise upon shrewd recruitment and tactical discipline. Losing their star attacker will test the very foundations of their strategy. Lee Dykes, Brentford's sporting director, offers reassurance. We have a recruitment strategy to fill any potential gaps. But how quickly can that plan be executed? And will the next gem shine as brightly? Or will Brentford's magic touch finally falter? There's a third layer of intrigue. Europe's giants lurk in the shadows. Mbeumo's agent, Pini Zahavi, is known for orchestrating last-minute moves. A surprise bid from a Champions League powerhouse could ignite a bidding war, driving the price well beyond United's comfort zone. What happens if Mbeumo's head is turned by the lure of Barcelona or PSG? For now, United are in pole position, but nothing is ever simple in the transfer market. Imagine United's scenario for a moment. Fernandes departs, lured by Al Hilal's astronomical offer. Matthias Cunha and Bryan Mbeumo take the spotlight as the new attacking core. Can they replace Fernandes's combined 37 goal involvements? Mbeumo scored 20 and assisted 7 last season, while Cunha tallied 15 and 6, even while Wolves battled relegation. On paper, United's output could match or even exceed that of the outgoing captain. But football isn't played on paper. Cunha and Mbeumo both shine when supporting a dominant striker, something Rasmus Højlund has struggled to become. If United's midfield fails to click, or if the chemistry fizzles, Amorim's project could flounder before it ever takes off. On the upside, this could be the dawn of a new United. Jamie Carragher, usually skeptical of United's transfer business, admits, Mbeumo offers the dynamism they desperately need. He doesn't just finish chances, he creates them. Let's not forget the Brentford perspective. Should Mbeumo leave, Brentford's board can point to over $200 million in player sales in the past 3 years, a testament to their data-driven model. With a sell-on clause, they stand to profit again in the future. But success in the transfer market doesn't always equal success on the pitch. Brentford's fans will want to see those millions reinvested, not just pocketed. A final wrinkle. This isn't just a football story. It's a lesson in adaptation, risk-taking, and knowing when to seize opportunity. Both clubs are at a crossroads. United gamble on rediscovering their identity. Brentford bet on their ability to reinvent, again and again. So what does this all mean for us, the viewers, fans, and analysts? What can you take away from the high-stakes drama swirling around this transfer? First, it's a masterclass in timing and opportunity. In football, as in life, knowing when to act and when to cash in is everything. Brentford's willingness to sell Mbeumo at his peak value may feel ruthless to supporters, but it's a fundamental tenet of their model. They didn't fall in love with their assets, they maximized them. For Manchester United, the lesson is about vision and courage. After a disastrous season, the club cannot afford half measures or nostalgia-driven decisions. The transfer market rewards those who are bold, those who spot potential before it's fully realized. Mbeumo is a risk, but safe choices haven't got United anywhere lately. There's another subtler lesson here about adaptation. Brentford have thrived not because they hold on to stars, but because they prepare for change. Lee Dykes' replace, not just replenish mantra underscores their relentless pursuit of improvement, not just consistency. For fans of all clubs, it's a reminder that football's true power lies in collective vision. Mbeumo may shine, but his success will depend on United's willingness to adapt their system around him, and Brentford's determination to keep evolving, no matter who wears the scarlet and white stripes next season. And what about you, watching this unfold from home? The same principles apply. Embrace change, learn from setbacks, and never fear calculated risks. Whether you're making moves at work, planning your next big step, or supporting your club through thick and thin, the Mbeumo saga is proof that fortune favors the brave and the forward-thinking. Let's return to the original question, the one that's kept fans, journalists, and even rival managers awake at night. Can Bryan Mbeumo truly be the savior Manchester United so desperately craves, or will both clubs regret this transfer? The honest answer? It could go either way. Mbeumo's numbers, 20 Premier League goals, 7 assists, and 62 chances created, are elite. He's got the pace, the work ethic, and the versatility to thrive. As Mark Lawrenson observed, Mbeumo has the potential to be a game changer, depending on adaptation. But beware the weight of expectation. Manchester United is a unique beast. The pressure, the glare, the scrutiny, it breaks as many as it makes. If Mbeumo adapts quickly, links up with Kuna, and unlocks a misfiring attack, he could become a cult hero overnight and spark the renaissance United fans crave. If he struggles, however, the critics will descend, headlines will turn sour, and United's future will look no brighter than its calamitous past season. Brentford, meanwhile, will watch eagerly. If their next rough diamond follows in Mbeumo's footsteps, their model will be vindicated once again. If not, they risk slipping back into the pack. Here's the secret fact most fans miss. Mbeumo's journey is about more than goals and assists. Behind every top-level move is a network, analytics, risk management, even psychology. Mbeumo's rise is proof that talent is only one part of the equation. Timing, adaptability, and support systems matter just as much. So next time you watch a transfer saga unfold, remember what's at stake. Not just a player's future, but the fates of whole clubs and the philosophies that drive them. Will Bryan Mbeumo make the leap? Will Brentford find the next hidden gem? And will Manchester United finally rediscover the winning code? One thing is certain, however this story ends, it will reshape the destinies of both clubs, and maybe teach us all a little about courageous decision-making along the way. If you enjoyed this deep dive, hit like and subscribe for more stories that reveal the real drama behind the game. Let us know in the comments. Do you think Mbeumo will succeed at United? Or is this another transfer doomed by pressure? And which club has the smarter strategy for the modern